Welcome, horror friends, to my review of the 1963 movie, The Old Dark House. This is a remake of the 1932 version starring Boris Karloff. Interesting enough, Boris Karloff was offered a role in this movie, but turned it down because he didn't like the script. He felt it leaned more towards comedy than horror. And it is a horror comedy. I found it on FearNet on demand. I have Comcast cable. So, it's a good place to check out horror films from time to time. But it stars Tom Poston, from Bob Newhart, and he played the grandpa. Most recently, before he passed away, he played the grandpa on that 70s show, Eric Foreman's grandpa. He plays an American car salesman living in England. He shares a flat / apartment for us here in the West, and he shares it with a wealthy man who their relationship is weird. They share the apartment, but Tom Poston's character is gone during the day working, and his roommate, who is a wealthy, heavy-set fella, is gone at night, so they never see each other very often. It's a weird little setup, but it works. And Tom Poston delivered a car that this wealthy man bought because he wanted an American car. As he said in the film, he loves foreign cars, which I thought was quite ironic, but it is a foreign car if he lives in England. Anyways, he begs him, pretty much begs him, to come to his family estate for the weekend because he feels that he is in danger. He's a bit afraid of something. Never really explained. So he drives the car out to the house. When he shows up, his roommate is dead. He's in a coffin. And he fell down some stairs, but there's a cousin, Cicely, who believes that there was foul play involved. Well, they go to dinner, which is really strange at this moment because they all go to dinner kind of smiling when their family member is dead. And then you meet this whole cast and crew of crazy characters. This family is filled with lunatics. And after dinner, the film starts rolling. It is very heavy on the comedy, more so than the horror. But there's horror elements to it, like bodies start showing up, and it turns into a real whodunit. This film is worth a watch. I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed watching it. It had the same feel as, say, best way I can describe it would probably be The Ghost of Mr. Chicken meets Clue. Bodies start turning up, people are wondering who's doing it, and the reason for the murders is all the family members have to be in the same room at the correct time of night, and if they're not, they forfeit their share of the family fortunes, and when there's one remaining, they get all the fortunes. So that explains the old MO for offing everybody. I'm not going to spoil who the killer is because it's really enjoyable. I say check it out. It's heavy on the comedy, more so than the horror. You have to know this going in. It's a bit zany, I guess would be a word to use for it. The comedy is a bit over the top, and it's very 1963-ish. Of course, that's the time it came out and the way the world was back then, where the horror was screams from another room and then a body is found. But it's an interesting watch. I say if you got FearNet, check it out. If you're into old films, it's made by William Castle and Hammer Films, and you can definitely tell the Hammer influence in this film, definitely. But it's mainly released by Columbia Pictures. So overall, it was a good watch. What I liked a lot about it was Tom Poston was great in this movie as the bumbling American who seemed to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So check it out, The Old Dark House.